Les interviews du doc, c'est maintenant sur Vinyl Time.
Écoutez les amis, c'est avec un grand plaisir que je vais vous faire découvrir cet après-midi un nouveau groupe qui vient de sortir son premier album. Le groupe s'appelle Powell Payne. L'album s'appelle Voilà. Il est sorti chez Frontiers le 6 décembre. C'est un très très bon album, il y a 11 titres. On va parler de ces 11 titres avec le chanteur Adam Payne cet après-midi. Je vais vous faire découvrir cet album, il est fantastique, c'est un très bon album d'ailleurs. On va parler de cet album, on va parler bien sûr de quelques dates de concert parce qu'ils viennent de jouer avec Cat in Space, ils joueront l'année prochaine avec FM, on espère les voir bientôt. By the way, Adam, thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
No, thank you. Thank you for having us. Any exposure is good to us. We don't mind whatsoever. We'll do anything. It's fine.
And by the way, first of all, I said congratulations for Voilà, because sometimes it's not so easy to start with a new project because you play a lot with some of the bands and you coming back with your friends right now. So it's not so easy to start something, but
Yeah.
since 2022, Powell Payne is still alive, and now you share Voilà since the 6th of December from Frontiers Record. I see a lot of fantastic review, and I'm pretty sure you see the same like me. A lot of people discover you, but he said, wow, that's a great one.
Yes, it really is.
And congratulations, because it's not so easy to start something new when we are working on this kind of music, because it's clearly some our music, classic rock. Sometimes it's a little bit fluent in some music. So what is your feeling now after, of course, some review and a lot of people discover your music right now?
So what's my feelings on the music right now?
No, it's a feeling about the feedback that you have from the listener, because Voilà is still alive, so
yeah.
a lot of people discover your music now.
Yeah, as you said, obviously 2022 we started, me and Mark, the drummer, with a vision to release. We got lucky to get in the hands of Pete Newdeck, who's our producer.
I know these guys.
Yeah, they're good guys. So we got Pete Newdeck in production with co-writing as well. So we did a couple of co-writes for songs with Pete as well. He's a fantastic guy, and me and him get on very well. We have the same vision. We didn't want it to be too keyboard sprinkly. We did want it to have a bit of a harder edge in places. So Pete was a fortunate guy to have in our team, and of course we had Harry Hess to do the mastering. Harry's, Harry is,
not so bad.
Hair and Scarum are, for me, my favorite band of all time. Everyone who knows me knows that Hair and Scarum are my number one. The songwriting, the sound of their songs when you listen to them. So to have the both of those in the group helping us, I think it came up with a very, very well mixed project, and it was mastered extremely, extremely well. So for people like yourselves and everybody else out there who are pressing play, you get a nice sound from the songs, and you can hear everything in there. But yeah, so the feelings towards the music it's overwhelming. I will be honest. It's the first time that me and the boys have written together. So we were a little bit conscious, of will people like the songs? Will people like the lyrics? The melodies? And as far as we're concerned, across the board, I don't think we've had a review less than 8 out of 10. So, we're always willing to learn and move forward as well. So the next album, we're probably going to try something slightly different in the context of possibly not as many ballads on the album. I'm the ballad guy. I love songs. So people like Harry Hess and Michael Majetovic from Steelheart and TNT. Lots of those bands back in the 80s. They had some big ballads. So I really wanted to try and get one. I wanted one good ballad. I think we ended up with 3, touching 4. So, the feedback's been overwhelming, and I honestly can't thank the people enough who've taken the time to listen to the album. it's gone big already. You know, it's already touching places I never thought it would. So, and big up the Frontiers there as well, because their PR was good. Do you know what I mean? They put it out in places as well. So, but yeah, the feedback's been amazing.
Ben voilà, comme le dit Adam, alors il y a plein de choses dans ce qu'il vient de nous dire, hein. Alors tout d'abord, ils sont très contents et très surpris des retours qu'ils ont aujourd'hui, partout un peu dans le monde, mais ça c'est avec Frontiers, effectivement, bah, ça tape sur beaucoup de pays. Ils ont la chance, vous l'avez compris, parce que Adam il est humble, mais voilà, ils ont travaillé avec Pete Newdeck, mon ami Pete Newdeck. Le producteur, c'est Harry Hayes d'Arem Scarem, on va en parler dans un instant. Et puis, comme il le dit, ils ont pas mal de balades, donc peut-être que le prochain album, il changera un petit peu parce qu'il y aura un peu moins de balades. Mais comme le dit Adam, il est fan de Steel Art, il est fan de TNT, il aimerait bien jouer une belle balade de ces groupes-là. Et puis, effectivement, ils ont eu beaucoup de retours. Alors, le groupe a été fondé en 2022, c'est un jeune groupe, hein, vous l'avez compris. Et donc, il est fondé avec le batteur Mark Powell. Et puis ils sont partis sur cette idée de partager de la musique qu'ils adorent, sachant que Adam a été un des chanteurs de Air Race et que Mark était drummer dans Psycho Kiss. Donc ils se sont rencontrés avec Pete, avec Harry, et puis voilà, maintenant ils sont partis pour une belle aventure avec cet album Voilà de Powell Payne. Hey, just before we speak about the next part of the Voilà album, Adam, as you see, Arem Scarem is coming in Europe next year. That's crazy, no?
It is very crazy. Yeah, I'll be there. I can tell you that I'll be there.
Yeah,
I will.
maybe I think I'm walking to see Arem Scarem in Paris, but it's not on the list of date right now. But we're working we're working in my side to have Arem Scarem in Paris. So it would be so great because, of course, like you said, Arem Scarem is one of the most important band for a lot of people. And like you said, it's one of my favorite. Like another one, like FM and some stuff like this. But yes, it's so difficult to see the Canadian playing a lot in Europe. So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I have seen them live. So I was lucky enough to be on a festival with them a couple of years back with Air Race, and we went the night before
at the Firefest. No,
no, it was Rockingham.
Ah, I was there. I was there at Rockingham.
Yeah, so I was in Rockingham. I think they were there on the Friday night. I think I arrived about 6ish and they were on about 8. I just remember thinking, I walked into the opening to, they opened with, I think it was Stranger Than Love, I believe. And I just remember thinking, I don't need a drink. I'm just going to stand and I'm not moving. They're like my ultimate band. So I had the white for me and we were there. They're so good live.
Yeah, this venue is so small that a lot of people came to see and said, wow, this is this is Pete L'Espérance. This is Darren.
Pete L'Espérance is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So we close. So we close.
More about him and Scare Him right now than my own album, because I've listened to more songs off their album than I listened to my own. So,
on a juste parlé un peu d'Arem Scarem, hein, bien sûr, vous l'avez compris parce qu'on est fans tous les deux. Ils reviennent en Europe. On espère avoir une date à Paris. On est en train de travailler dessus. En tout cas, Adam, il est comme moi. On a hâte de revoir Arem Scarem sur plusieurs dates. So Mark, coming back to Voilà. So we share some good songs before the release. One of my favorite on this album, it's Staring at the Sun, because I like this song. And can you please just explain how you work with Mark and maybe the rest of the band? You speak about Pete, you speak about the mastering of Harry, but with this 11 song, where came the idea? You have an idea of the lyrics? This is more the music who is coming, or maybe it's coming by keyboards, and you make a mix to create these different songs, and in particular, Staring at Sun. Look for me one of the most important on this album.
Okay, well, that's different. I've had a few interviews, and everyone's general sort of feedback seems to be Fly High and Better Days and The Storm. So I personally, I love Staring at the Sun because it's the harder edge of me that I really wanted to get out there. I can't say too much about how we wrote that song, and I'll tell you why. we were lucky again in the field that we were, that New Deck had a couple of our songs that he was mixing at the time. And we spoke about, you know, obviously when you're putting songs on the album, you've got to make sure that you're covering, for me, all bases. I don't like albums that are tracks 1 to 10 and they all pretty much sound the same. I like to listen to, whenever I go to listen to Spotify and I listen to artists, I like to go scroll down a little bit and then I click on the greatest hits. I like to select in there, and well, it's not greatest hits, sorry, it's all of the songs in one file. So for me, when I go to Spotify and I click that file, I can listen to every single song of every album they've ever did. I don't have to look for albums, it's all there. So I wanted to do the same concept as well, and I think Mark, who's also, you know, my business partner as well as the drummer for us as well, and you know, Mark doesn't get a lot of credit for what he's done with the songs sometimes, because they think, oh, he's just a drummer. Mark comes up with everything from the start. He's the one who is firing piano things at me and little guitar parts and little bits, and then we give them to Aidan, and then Aidan gets hold of them, and then Alex, and then myself. Then it comes back to me, and we'll go back and forth for a long time. So, "Staring at the Sun" was a song that was co-written with us with New Deck, and there was a gentleman of Pete's called Ian, who did initially have the guitar riff, and then we just slightly changed it, but the lyrics and the vocal melody, I think is pretty much not far off where it was at from the start. But New Deck said to me, look, I got a song, I'm never going to use it, and I think it's going to suit you. So you're looking for a heavier number, listen to this. So yeah, he landed it on me, and yeah, you know, it was a done deal. I said, look, we'll take it. You know, it was a good song. And we just put our own little spin on it, you know, just little bits of us on it, predominantly Pete and Ian. And it came out amazing, you know, and I still listen to that song now and again. And I thank that we did stick with keeping it on the album, because it really takes you off what the album is. It's, you know, with the last couple of, the midway through the album, it goes up and down and across left and right. And I wanted it to be like that. We wanted it to be different. So yeah, I'm glad you like Staring at the Sun. That's meant a good one for me. No one's actually said that yet. So the boys love that you are, but they know I'm the Staring at the Sun guy. But live, I think Staring at the Sun is probably our best song right now.
Okay. So I like this song, so perfect for me. Voilà, donc on parlait effectivement des 11 titres, notamment moi j'adore cette chanson qui s'appelle Staring at the Sun. Comme le dit Adam, bah, lui aussi il aime bien cette chanson, donc on a parlé un petit peu de la manière dont c'était composé. Mark Powell, le batteur, a beaucoup d'idées, du piano, de la guitare. Ils ont beaucoup travaillé, comme il le dit, avec Pete New Deck, qui avait des chansons qui n'étaient pas utilisées, qu'il a ramené notamment pour ce titre. Et donc il y a un autre ami à Pete qui s'appelle Ian, qui est venu avec un riff de guitare qu'ils ont modifié, donc ils travaillent tous ensemble. Adam, il a des idées, Mark a beaucoup de choses voilà, qui viennent. Ça passe entre Adam après et Alex, et puis il y a ces mix qui viennent avec Pete qui donne ses points d'intention. Et comme le dit très bien Adam, après il aime bien écouter aussi des titres sur Spotify avec des choix directement associés à ce qu'il adore sur l'album. Et derrière, bah voilà, ça fait des titres qu'on peut découvrir et écouter. Cet album est fantastique. Et donc, comme il le dit, il y a aussi pas mal de retours sur le morceau qui s'appelle Fly High, Better Days ou No Escape. Voilà, il y a des choses qui sont intéressantes dans l'album, qui fait un peu plus de 45 minutes. Et le travail, comme le dit Adam, avec Mark et Pete, permet de sortir quelque chose de fort intéressant. Adam, few words, because we have started after, of course, each time when we create an CD, the idea is to exchange these songs live. And you have a chance to play a couple of days ago live with Cat in Space for the first gig. And after that, we think something is coming, something is cooking in 2025 with a band called FM.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's going to be good. The FM show is quite different, actually. We're going to do an acoustic set. So we're going to. Luckily, we did learn all the songs on acoustic before we played them into electric. So yeah, that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an intimate gig. I think probably about 150 people, which is small for FM. So it's going to be good, really good to interact that in acoustic show. But we'll be fine. Honestly, the boys are so good. Musicianal wise, they're unbelievable. There's some real talent in this band. I will say that.
Bah voilà, alors je taquine un petit peu Adam parce qu'ils viennent de jouer le 13 décembre exactement avec Cats in Space. Et puis l'année prochaine, ils viennent d'annoncer un concert acoustique avec un des groupes aussi favoris de la radio, bien sûr, vous le savez, c'est FM. Donc, comme le dit Adam, c'est un petit concert acoustique avec une centaine de personnes. Voilà, ils sont super contents de faire cette date, bien sûr, et puis ils vont jouer acoustique avec bien sûr le groupe derrière FM, avec Steve Overland, avec tous ceux qu'on adore. Bah, ça va être une belle date et puis j'espère qu'on pourra voir le groupe, bien sûr, un petit peu. So Adam, what is the plan for 2025? You speak about maybe working a little bit for something new for the next release. I'm pretty sure you want to share your music with more people. So
Yeah.
are you a little bit busy with 2025 with coming to find the time to have some show? And in meantime, maybe thinking for something new in 2026?
Yeah. So our plan is, like I said earlier, this is going to be a little bit tough because we've only just released. So it's going to take a while for the agents to jump onto us. But I'm pretty confident we're going to be okay. I'm starting to look at shows now. So obviously look at the contracts and things and you know, just see what's going to be fitting for us. We've got to make sure that we're playing with the right bands. We will begin writing probably around May. I haven't fixed in anything for delivery of an album yet, but I'm hoping Frontiers will jump on it with us again. So you know, if they don't, that's fine. It's no problem at all. I don't know where they're at with it yet. So you know, in fairness, they're a business, so it's got to be good numbers. I'm hoping that's the case. It seems good so far. But yeah, we're going to be doing as many shows as possible within reason. We will be, well, I'm already writing things now. So I'm starting to piece things together, coming up with little bits and bobs. But I think the next album's going to be a little bit different.
Yes. Voilà.
It's just gauging off what everyone's talking about with the album. I think the harder melodic rock edge may suit us a bit more. But we will have the AOR stuff. But I'm going to be a little bit more tricks and a bit more clever.
Bah voilà, donc, comme le dit Adam, bon, bah, l'année prochaine, effectivement, ça va être une année compliquée, bien remplie. Ils cherchent effectivement à jouer pas mal ils cherchent à trouver un bon deal pour pouvoir jouer, certainement en première partie d'autres groupes. Donc, ils sont en train de réfléchir à trouver des dates, à pouvoir être dans la bonne tournée pour pouvoir partager cet album. Voilà, en même temps, ils réfléchissent à tout ce qui pourra se faire autour d'un nouvel album. Il sera certainement un peu différent. Adam, one thing.
Yeah.
With the Japanese release, we have a no escape acoustic versions. So it's,
yes.
I listened this one. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
It sounds good.
Yeah,
so
that's Aidan's song. That is our guitarist Aidan. He came up with that one. So well, I think him and Mark came up with that originally. I went back to Mark's house, where the studio is, and they were buzzing about this riff. They couldn't wait for me to hear it, and they were trying to send it to me. And I said, no, I'll hear it when I get there. And yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Voilà,
as soon as I heard it, we started writing on it straight away, and I think we completed it that night, actually, if I'm thinking back. But yeah, Mark's got a really cool studio, so it just allows us to be free, and we can put whatever we want on it. But what we normally do is just sort of if you listen to our demos, you'd laugh because they're really bare, they're really basic.
Send me the demo.
Can't do that. So, in fact, going back on that, actually, when we were doing Better Days was basically the hardest song to write, and I rewrote it 5 times lyrically. But I've listened back to some of the recordings just earlier this week, and I just laughed because it's nowhere near where it's at now. And then me and New Deck talked about the chorus. We sang it quite differently originally, and I didn't like it. So I went back up to New Deck. He was mixing the album at the time, and I said, "Look, I'm not happy with it." And he was like, "Yeah, I know, it's fine. What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to re-record it." And he was like, "Yeah, I've got an idea as well." So and that basically is what No Escape did. No Escape. That was recorded really early days. No Escape, Distance Between Us were the first 2 songs. And No Escape was always a part of me thinking, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if is it too dark for the album? I'm not sure." And I don't know. We were having sort of talks about it, and it just came out. So as soon as New Deck had it, mixed it, sent it back to us, I knew then, it's going to be a good one. And it's the perfect acoustic song for the Japanese version. It's really, we did try and look at the other songs, but No Escape was just perfect.
Yeah, maybe we have to record something with maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 songs in acoustic version, because when I listened No Escape in acoustic version, I said, wow, the bands can be played in electric, but it's look like so not so funny, but so happy to hear something acoustically. I said, wow, the band have so maybe I have to write something in acoustic version. So yeah, it would be maybe an idea.
What we normally do is, I don't know how everybody else works, so I'd love to see how other bands make songs, how they start them, but we tend to sort of get a riff, and then we sort of write it. We've always got an acoustic guitar to the right of me, left, front, back, whatever, and we'll get Aidan to play it. And my rule of thumb is that if it sounds good on acoustic, it's going to sound good on electric.
Yeah, you're right, totally right. Maybe you have to record the show with FM.
Well, I'd imagine it will be recorded somewhere. We probably would. Possibly, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Voilà, on a discuté avec Adam. Alors la version, les amis, la version japonaise de Voilà a un titre complémentaire qui est le titre No Escape, mais qu'en acoustique version, je l'ai écouté. Franchement, c'est super bien. On est en train de discuter effectivement avec Adam qui dit, si on écoutait les démos aujourd'hui, quand il les écoute, même lui en rigole parce que c'était vraiment, il y avait des choses qui n'allaient pas, et le fait d'avoir travaillé avec Pete Nudek, ça a remis effectivement, on va dire, l'église au chant du village, et les chansons sont super. Quand vous écoutez No Escape en électrique et que vous écoutez No Escape en acoustique, on a l'impression que c'est 2 versions différentes, mais c'est tellement bon en acoustique. Moi, j'aimerais bien que Adam il puisse, avec le groupe, pouvoir peut-être enregistrer le concert avec FM et la version acoustique, et nous partager ça. Maybe a vinyl version can be so great now.
Oh no, I'll have to pass on that one. It's down to Frontiers there, but we will look into it.
Yeah, it's not so easy because, of course, it's a little bit costing to be printing, but
printing is the issue.
Yeah, and I think some of the song is clearly something that you have to put on your stuff and put on the sofa and listen very large, because like No Escape, for example, or maybe Staring at the Sun, it's really some songs that you have to listen, discover, take a look on the vinyl and something like that, and maybe you are not, you are somewhere.
It's I think if we do a vinyl, for me, I think I'd like to add another track on there.
Yeah,
I think I'd like to give the listeners something new again.
Yeah.
It would warrant buying one as well, because I'm just like everybody else. I buy stuff. You know what I mean? I got lots of CDs. I got stacks of stuff, vinyls as well. So yeah, I can see. Yeah, you got lost. I don't know if I've got as many as that, but yeah. So yeah, I think we will look into it. We'll just see how things progress a second, and then we'll try and nudge frontiers to get us a vinyl.
Ah, voilà, on parlait juste un petit peu, effectivement, ça serait, cet album, il mériterait d'être en vinyle parce qu'il y a plein de chansons qu'on a envie d'écouter autrement, avec une chaleur différente. En tout cas, bah, comme le dit Adam, peut-être que potentiellement, ils en ont discuté avec Frontiers, peut-être que ça se fera, peut-être que ça ne se fera pas, mais en tout cas, voilà, l'album, il y aura peut-être un vinyle un jour. En tout cas, c'était un grand plaisir bah, de parler de cet album avec Adam, qu'on va libérer. Adam, before we ending, I would like to say again, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this first release. It's really a good surprise, I would like to say, because we have a lot of new bands with coming, and it's very difficult to listen all the music everywhere because we have a lot of stuff. But when each time when I said I listen one time and I'm coming back and coming back and coming back for the same CD, I think it's a really good one.
Yeah, good. Yeah. There's a couple. There's good, some good songs. We really enjoyed writing them. It was tough because everybody works as well. Do you know what I mean? So to get everybody in a room together, but the boys have been excellent. They really laid it down when we got to the studio part. I mean, they a lot of people wouldn't understand. Like, again, there's four of us and we work as a team. So even though the songs were done, there's little bits in the album which people might not have picked up where, for example, in The Storm, Alex actually used a fretless bass, in the verse sections. And if you listen for it, you can hear it. Now, I don't know many bass players who can use a fretless bass because it's quite a difficult instrument to use. Yeah. But Alex literally walked in with it, said, I'm doing this on fretless. And I was like, okay, well, let's have a listen. So our engineer said, let's go ahead. And Alex played The Storm in the fretless bass and laid it down within minutes. And you can't see where you're going. There's nothing on the fretboard to say where you are. So, a lot of people work off, numbers and dots. There's nothing there, and Alex just turned up and just absolutely slayed it, and just laid down such a nice groove.
Yeah, you're totally right. Bah voilà, comme le dit Adam, bah voilà, on a passé un bon temps. Ce groupe, il est incroyable. Alors, on va juste redonner le nom. Bien sûr, on a Adam Payne au chant, Mark Powell à la batterie, Adam Walkins à la guitare, Alex Anderson à la basse. Par exemple, il dit effectivement, le groupe est tellement bon que sur le morceau The Storm, Alex, il a joué de la basse sur de la basse fretless, vous savez, sans les frettes. Donc, c'est pas, on n'a plus trop l'habitude de voir ça, mais en tout cas, ça donne un son incroyable, une musique incroyable. Cet après-midi, on a parlé de cet album qui s'appelle Voilà, c'est Powell Payne. On a eu la chance d'avoir Adam avec nous. Adam, before you ending, do you have maybe some French word for the French listener? No.
Oof, it's been a long time since I was in school. To be honest, I only know bonjour and je m'appelle Adam, and that's about it. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. And maybe it's your turn. Can you please give some words and any comments and so on for the French listener? We discover this afternoon this project Powell Payne with Voilà. It's your turn. Go.
Look, everybody on Vinyl Times Radio, thank you so much for listening to us. We appreciate every time somebody presses the play button. Stick around. There's going to be another part of this coming soon in the next year or so. Stay with us. You'll see us live. And I can promise you there will be a second album.